To convert a decimal into a fraction, use the place values of the figures. So for example, 0.3, well the 3 is in the tenths column. So 0.3 is the same as 3/10. 0.07, you notice the 7 is in the hundredths column. So we can write 0.07 as 7/100ths. 0.048, well the 4 is in the hundredths column and the 8 is in the thousandths column. So as a fraction it would be 48 over 1,000. Now this fraction isn't in its simplest form, and you can see that we can keep simplifying until we can simplify no more. So 6 over 125 is our final answer. And it's important to remember whenever you convert something into a fraction to always simplify fully. Right, so let's write some decimals into fractions. The first one we're going to look at is 0.84. So remember we're using the place value, and because this decimal goes into the hundredths, we would write it as 84 over 100. But remember, this is not in its simplest form, so we have to simplify until it is. So the first thing we're going to do is to divide the top and bottom by a common factor. Now 4 goes into both, so we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 4. That gives me 21 on the top and 25 on the bottom. Now there's no other common factors other than 1 in 21 and 25, so that is in its simplest form. The next one we'll have a look at is 3.6. Now you'll notice here we have a whole number part as well. That whole number will stay as a whole number. We'll just end up with a mixed number when we write our final fraction answer. Now the 0.6, remember, that's in the tenths column. So we would write this as 3 and 6/10. Always being aware to simplify where possible though. We can simplify 3 and 6/10 to 3 and 3/5, dividing the numerator and denominator by a common factor of 2. Last one we'll look at, 12.05. Again, we've got a whole number that will stay as it is, and the 0.05, because it goes to the hundredths place, would be 5 over 100. So we would write that as 12 and 5/100ths. 5/100ths though simplifies, we can divide the top and the bottom by 5 to give us a final answer of 12 and 1/20th. Now let's look at how we convert decimals into percentages. To convert a decimal to a percentage, simply multiply the decimal by 100. So for example, if we want to write the following as percentages, 0.85, 0.025 and 1.37, we simply multiply each of them by 100. And that will give us our final answers as percentages. So part A would be 85%, B 2.5%, and C would be 137%. Okay, so we see that converting a decimal to a percentage is actually in essence quite easy, but we'll still do a couple of examples on the board. If I wanted to convert 0.23 into a percentage, all I need to do is multiply by 100 to give me 23%. Likewise, if I had 0.043 and I wanted that as a percentage, I'd times it by 100 again. And it would give me an answer of 4.3%.